Okay, I thought there was a problem with the stream. Hello and welcome everybody to this new... I'm hearing my problem with the stream. Hello and welcome... Yeah, there is a problem with the stream. Okay. Welcome to this Solarus Quest Editor live streaming. I'm done with chess tonight. I didn't really plan to make a second stream, otherwise I would have told you in the previous one, but actually I want to make some progress right now on Solarus and Solarus Quest Editor. We are working a lot on the next release 1.6, and I can show you all the issues. I cleaned up the whole backlog of all projects, and now I have a better idea of what to do, of what remains to do in 1.6. A lot of work on shaders, and there is STD Gregoire who helps me a lot, and he's even doing most of the work on shaders. But I will talk to this just later. Okay, so we have 474 open issues across all our repositories, including, let's see how many are scheduled for 1.6. 106. It's a lot. It's funny because we also have exactly the same number of closed issues. But there are some very small ones, now this one, and there are some quite big ones. Document, solve, video, on draw. Well, this one is supposed to be done. I just merged it. It's STD Gregoire who implemented this and documented it. But I wanted to maybe update a few details in the doc. Check the typos maybe. On draw. Probably not up to date. Okay, maybe I am. Okay, maybe I didn't merge. Where is it? Accepted merge request. Merged by Christopher 3 hours ago in dev. Solarus doc. What's wrong with me? Clearly not up to date. Git pull. Oh, maybe I don't have the correct remote. Yeah, because we switched to GitLab. Not only because GitHub was acquired by Microsoft, but also because GitLab is just better. Git remote set URL origin. I know you can see what you cannot see what I'm writing, but it's not that interesting anyway. Yeah, the pull request is merged, but the issue is not closed. And we have this board view with all issues and the ones that are planned to be done as soon as possible, the ones that are in progress. So I'm working on the shader editor, and STD Gregoire is working on the shader preview widget. I will explain that, and all the ones that are closed. Yeah, so this one is finished. So we can close it normally, or we can also put it, by the way, it should already have been in the doing column, but we can put it now in the closed column. And yeah, it's closed. I think it should be closed now. Is it? Yes, good. But still I want to check. Okay. Okay, first I always put this explanation in the event section of any module. Events are callback methods automatically called by the engine if you define them. Okay. On draw screen. So it's a new special event, I mean normal event, that gets called after the quest surface was scaled to the window. So the input parameter is a surface that already has the size of the window actually. Called at the very end of the engine rendering, this event allows you to draw directly on the screen after the quest surface has been rendered, has been scaled to fit the window. To fit the size of the window. So I wouldn't say the drawing is not scaled like everywhere else. I would say on the contrary that it is scaled. So I already said it here after it has been scaled. So 1 pixel in your drawable, in the surface parameter will correspond to 1 pixel on screen. Yeah, okay. High equality LLC, Adrian, then screen of type surface, special surface representing the screen or window, let's just say the window. Note that the screen can be used as a source face. You cannot draw it onto another surface, okay, fine. But you can still use getPixels. Okay, so when I put the name of a function here, I also put the link. So Lua API surface getPixels to get the screen content. So then it's not completely true that the screen cannot be used as a source surface. I mean, it cannot be used directly, but you can use getPixels and then setPixels to draw it somewhere else. Yeah, because we have setPixels now. We have getPixel is also new in 1.6, the 1.6 API. Actually, it was already available in 1.5, but not really documented. It was completely experimental. Okay, commit, reword, push. I will also regenerate and upload the doc. and now I'm changing my mind. It was actually cool to mention shaders here. To be very clear that this happens after the shaders. Okay. Possibly using shaders. Okay, so the idea in this stream is that you can go to this link, all issues of the Solarus Games GitLab group, if you want, and see the ones that are planned for 1.6, and if there is one that you want me to handle first, you can ask, and maybe it won't be possible. I'm giving the link. Maybe it won't be possible because some of the issues have to be done after some other issues, but you can always ask and we will see. In the meantime, I will continue with this board. So this is just a subset of all 100 and I hope 5 now issues, and in this board we clearly have the shaders theme. I will show you this shader editor. It's a big thing in progress right now for me. So this stream is called Live Coding Solarus Quest Editor, but it might be Live Coding Solarus in general, actually, depending on what you say, what you ask. But this issue here, shader editor, is completely on the editor side. So yesterday I fixed 2 bugs that were both planned for 1.6 during the stream of Zelda Force, his stream about his project Zelda Link to the Dream, and he just asked during his stream, "Oh, I'd like this bug to be fixed," and I said yes, and I fixed 2 bugs that were already planned but still not fixed. Okay, so where is shader editor? It's here. So I'm going to show you what it looks like so far. Maybe not in this project, maybe in sample quest. Just need to have one valid shader. Yeah, I have one here. So the idea here is that, of course this is new, you will be able to open your shader here and set its properties, like for maps and tilesets and everything, you have a name and a description. Let's make the name selectable. Someone asked that very recently. I don't remember if there is an issue for this. We type select maybe. It's so simple. Oh, 2 years ago. I thought this issue was created very recently. Oh, maybe it's because I did put the 1.6 milestone very recently. Okay, let's work on this one. I also still have this one open. Okay, actually I need to close both. So, shader editor. It's extremely easy to fix. I just have to take the field here. It's a Q label and text interaction or something like that. Text interaction flags. Text selectable by mouse, but not editable. And that's it. And the only thing that I have to do it for all types of editors. So sprite ID, selectable by mouse. Did I correctly save? Yes. Strings. Typeset. Okay, what else? Shader, obviously, already done. Settings, properties, map editor. Dialogues. Okay, and that should be it. Oh yes, Adrian, we decided, I decided to put the accelerator on the 1.6 release, so I won't play any more games in the near future during my streams, and I won't work on any more games in the near future of my streams. So no Ocean's Heart, no Let's Make Zelda ALTTD, Zelda OLB, Zelda Mercury's Chest. All of these will come back after the release, but I really want to finish 1.6, and to do that I need to work more on it and let other people work on games. But I still play chess because I need to play chess. Okay. Yeah, so this is now selectable. You can copy paste, and it works on. If I didn't forget anything, I enabled that in all editors. So time to commit. Oh, you like chess? Good. Did you watch my previous stream a few minutes ago? If you didn't, well, I played terribly, so that's okay. No, there were a few good games. Anyway, commit. Oh, I can commit from here. I always forget. Local repository, commit. Select all of these. Description will be allow to wait. I want to no, I just want to cancel. I forgot to update the changelog. to select map, tileset, sprite, ideas, to copy, paste them, and it's number 170. I hope it's clear enough. Forgot to close this one. I think it's the first time I make 2 streams the same day. Git push. Okay. This one is now closed. Alright. Back to the issues. These are the issues of Solarus Quest editor only. Let's see Solarus games issues and milestone 1.6. Okay, 104. Okay, so I was trying to explain what you want to do with a shader editor. So, if you don't know what is a shader, it's a small program that you give to the graphical card, and that will change the video rendering somehow. I already made some streams to show some experiments with shaders, but these ones, I mean, the format has changed a lot, so they won't even work anymore. I can show this one maybe. Let's say if you press, I don't know, F1 just for testing. You can create a shader like this. Sepia, because it's the only one I have so far in this sample quest, and then you can associate it to the video, to your window, like that. What's wrong here? Oh, yeah, there is no OR. Okay, so this is normal screen, but if I press F1, okay, it doesn't work. Maybe my sample quest is outdated. I changed the format of shader files very recently, because all of this is still under development, and I don't think they will change anymore, but you never know. Solarus sample quest git pull. I was really sure that this one was up to date, but clearly it's not. Maybe I forgot, maybe I did it on another computer and I forgot to commit. Anyway, Let's do it again, because the format is very simple. Okay, so what I change is that now I only have one shader function, and with fragment file equals this. But the whole point of my shader, boom, the shader is enabled. So that's an example of shader that changes the colors, but you can also have scaling shaders. And thanks to STT Gregoire, you can not only associate a shader to your whole window, but also to any individual sprite. So here it's the whole window that is affected by the shader effect, including the HUD here. So shaders are very powerful, obviously. And what I want to do here is to allow you to choose the shader program files. So I have one here. It's actually associated to this one, so it should show up here, but it's not yet implemented in this view. And we want this view to be able to show the user what the shader will look like on any input picture. So you will be able to choose a picture here, and the preview widget will show you how the shader will affect this example of picture. So for now I can choose a sprite. I don't know, let's try to find a big one. Anyway, the hero. It shows up here, and the preview is not yet implemented, but we want of course this view to show what the sprite would look like after applying the shader. So I'm currently developing all this big editor. STD Gregoire will take care of this part, the preview, and I have to take care of making all of this work. These buttons have no effect for now. This one does, as you just saw, but not these ones. And these ones have no effect. So yeah, still a lot of work. Hi David, hi STD Gregoire. So there's already a lot of code, but mostly widgets that it's not this file, widgets that do essentially nothing. But at least now we know what we want, so that was the hard part. Okay, so maybe the most urgent is to show something here. Let's see. Okay, so in update there will be update so how can I call this, because this is vertex file field, but let's be more general. Vertex file tab, let's say. Solarus vertex file. Tab. Okay, so we get the name of the vertex file. Vertex file field set text. So this doesn't work. Do we have a file? Set. Okay, so we have some code here. Why the same for fragment file. So in this particular shader I do have a fragment file but no vertex file. So we should at least see the file name in the field. What's wrong here? Okay. Tab. Yeah, this should be checked because this shader has a fragment file. Yeah, but both files are optional here. Basically, the vertex shader is a program that transforms the geometry, not the geometry, but the four corners of your input image, and the fragment shader works on all pixels. So this is a first pass and this is a second pass, and this is the fragment shader code. This language is GLSL, NVIDIA shading language for OpenGL. It looks a bit like C, but it's really optimized to do some vector and matrix computations. Anyway, what did I want to say? Yes. I also have to take some, to be careful here. Only if fragment file, only if UI fragment file field text. Okay. Because if nothing changes and you call this, you would expect it to have no effect, but actually you lose the cursor position. It resets the cursor to the beginning of the field. And same here. If UI vertex file field text is not vertex file, then that. Okay, so now let's try to understand why it has no effect, because shader get fragment file should really return the name of that GLSL file. Alright, obviously it's empty, so something is wrong. Okay, so maybe it's in the engine, because it's the engine that parses. Okay, it's fine. Okay, parses the fragment file here. Set fragment file. If it if it doesn't work, that's a bit strange, because we have some unit tests. We have one unit test for this class. Okay, update fragment file tab. I'm trying to build a GUI before this before the file was even parsed. So obviously it cannot work. So did I just forget to load the shader? New shader model with a shader ID. What do you do? Shader model. Okay, you do nothing. That's a problem. Shader model is a bit similar to, I don't know, sprite model or tileset model or map model. Why are these? So the constructor should really do some work, like loading the data file. Shader ID better not be empty. Load the shader data file. That's what was missing. Shader import from file. So I have a shader, yeah, shader data wrapped. Completely forgot to initialize this. Okay, and I'm in the quest editor here, so let's just recompile the quest editor. You have no member here. Get shader data file path, really? Well then let's... Oh, it's get shader path. Yeah. Let's say get shader path. Tilesets are more complicated because they have several files, but now that I think about it, shaders also have several files. Anyway, we will see. Let's start like that. Okay, so we do have a fragment shader with a name here. This field should completely be enabled. I don't know why it's disabled. Okay, so that should be easy. Okay, do we have a file? If yes, we check the checkbox. We enable, so that was wrong, the text edit. Browse button, same. It's a bit annoying because we have the same thing for vertex, but there will be a lot of copy pasting here. Okay, I'll update this later, and this as well. Let's only work on the fragment side. Okay, so this is not editable. If you want to change the value, you have to select a file or to create a new one, and this button is to save the file because its content will be displayed here. And let's do it right now. Let's display the content of the file. Yeah, so this will be a text editor widget. We have a class for that. It's qplain text edit plus line numbers plus undo redo. Okay, so I have to provide my own q undo stack. I don't understand, it's a reference. When is it initialized then? Undo stack, editor get undo stack. But no, I'm not in a text editor here. Yeah, the thing is I want to use it as a sub-widget of a shader editor. Text editor is this one. I mean, it's the whole tab. I could try to use it for here, but it feels dangerous. Normally the code of all this editor does everything to be independent of the fact that one editor equals one tab here. So ideally it should be reusable. For example here. Okay, let's try. It's a bit scary. I have to create a text editor. Wait, text editor widget is a qplain text edit, and text editor is what? Q widget is editor. And editor is Q widget, yes. Okay, fine. I can try. I have to provide the quest and the path to the constructor though. Okay. Okay, so this is not directly, this cannot be directly a qplain text edit. Wait. Let's just put a Q widget. Or even just nothing. I know the UI looks weird, but we will add the widget and then. No, okay, let's add it here. Okay, so we have checkbox, vertex file. Widget, and this guy should expand. Okay, this one I don't like this name. Vertex file let's say toolbar, because this is a real vertex. Vertex editor widget. Looks good. And I will try to create in this widget dynamically the text editor. It would be cleaner to add it. I mean, to not have a widget at all here. Okay, fine. So like this. Okay, vertex file toolbar. Then let's call this frame and file toolbar. Okay. And what will be, what we will do is add our our text editor to this. But the thing is, I have to create it dynamically because its constructor takes some parameters. So I can't just promote a widget in my UI in Qt Designer. Okay. Okay. Text editor. Include. No, it's in the widgets folder. Text editor, yeah. Fragment editor. New text editor. Okay, the quest. I must have a quest parameter already. File path. I want to be able to change the file path dynamically. It's really not supposed to change in this class. Shader get frame and file. And the parent is me. Alright. And then UI frame and shader page. How do I add a widget here? Okay, maybe it's the contrary. Maybe it's just that. I don't really remember. In which case I don't need that yet. Well, I will probably still need it. No frame and file widget. Yeah, this is frame and file toolbar. Frame and shader text edit. Yeah. don't do this now. It will be very nice to have these two editors, these two text editors inside the shader editor itself. But it will be a headache to implement. Impossible d'ouvrir le fichier. Oh, il pas réussi à ouvrir l'éditeur du coup. Le constructeur a fait une exception. Oui, bien sûr que je peux pas l'ouvrir comme ça. I think I need something like that. But how did I do? Yeah, I never really checked the existence of the GLSL file yet, so it's normal that I need some new code. Okay, so shader date file path and shader GLSL file path. Shader ID and then GLSL file relative to no shader ID, because the same GLSL file can be used by several different shaders. That's even the whole point of our system. So let's get this shader data file path. File name relative to the shaders directory. Including its extension. And this is GLSL file. So get data path shaders plus simply GLSL file. Okay. I think I will try to change the constructor of text editor so that I can initialize it from the UI file, and also so that I can change the file name later. So this shader editor is very special because we open the shader data file, but actually we also open the two GLSL files. Hi, Bear Unity. Get shader path was not declared. Where am I? Get shader data file path. And I will go to bed soon because I I can't keep my eyes open. Oof. Yeah, this is what happens when you try to lay out the widgets yourself. Yeah, okay, let's try to make some refactoring here. A plain text edition widget. Text editor. Okay, so maybe we inherit from editor, but problem is that the constructor editor really wants the quest and the file path. But my code is probably completely wrong. That's really not how you add a widget to another widget. Fragment shader page. Ah, it's a layout. I think it's the layout, of course. Add item. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, there is some hope. Fragment editor. Yeah, if I add it to the layout, I'm fine. Text editor. Fragment editor again equals, sorry, new text editor of this. Then I probably don't need this parent. Yeah, it works. I have my file, I have my line numbers. I will need to connect all these buttons to the editor. Do I have shortcuts? Yes. Okay, well, that's something. And when there is nothing, this should be aligned to the top. No, there is always something. But not always visible. I need to create the other one. So it will be a text editor with an empty file, and it's quite new to allow that. I don't think editor checks anything on the file, so it can probably be empty at this point. Yeah, editor, text editor. If file path is empty, return, so it's supposed to be supported. Maybe. Cool. We have surprisingly something here. We'll probably forgot to replace fragment by vertex somewhere. Yes, here. Okay, it's still trying to open the file. So the empty file. But why? Why do you do that? And I thought this was supposed to be fixed. Wait, I have several instances open. Okay. Alright, I wanted to see who causes this error. Open shader editor. Add editor creates an exception. Of course. But who creates the exception? Okay, I want the first one. Just reopen the file and we will see. File path is not really empty. Yeah, because it already has a prefix. Yeah. So in this case, I agree that there should be an exception. So if is empty, qstring, otherwise that. This code will probably move then, don't worry, because I know it's starting to be a bit ugly. Oh wait, this is never used. Forgot this part. Alright. Okay, so when this is unchecked, everything should be invisible. Yeah, this is what I commented because it was no longer compiling. Yeah, I need to keep my widgets here, text editor. Code editor of the vertex file. Vertex editor, fragment, null ptr. Okay. Okay, and when I create them, I just need to keep them. Okay. And their parent is, well, they will have a parent widget, so it's the parent widget that will be responsible of destroying them. Class text editor. Okay, they're not happy. Yeah, it can't really be const, right? Oops. And then I even made them visible or invisible, so okay. Fragment shader editor. A fragment editor. No, not UI. So if checked, I do that, and if not checked, I do the contrary. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. If I made this one is not implemented, but if I make this invisible, the layout is completely broken. How can I fix that without causing too much trouble? Okay, you know what? For tonight we will be happy enough with set enabled. If I want to hide things, then it would be better to have pages. Like here we have 3 different widgets, but only one visible, depending on the radio button that is checked. So here we could do the same. Either we display the whole thing, or we display another page that will just be empty. Yeah, it's not really pretty. when it's unchecked, I still have the line numbers. That's a bit weird. I even have the code. But yeah, okay, we will improve that. Like I was saying, we can always make 2 pages here. It will be much cleaner. But that's it for tonight. I know we didn't make a lot, but UI stuff is takes always a lot of time, because a lot of time we don't really know what we want. I'm still really not sure of everything here, because we have an editor inside another editor. So what does this save button do? Yeah, for now it will save this, so everything that's here and also here, but not the content of the file itself. I think it should save everything, including the content of the file. Yeah, it's complicated. Yeah, so this should show the file name here, and of course this file is the same as this one. You can edit it from here if you prefer, if you want more space, but you already have a lot of space here. Okay, still a lot of work on the shader editor. The hardest part, but also the most interesting, will be done by STD Gregoire, the preview widget. He has some great ideas for the preview, so we can't wait to see the result. Why do I have a crash when I close the editor? It looks like it's not the first time. Okay, no crash here. Okay, there was a crash, but the debugger did not catch anything. And what if I do that? No crash. We'll see that another day. I've had enough for today. Commit, continuing the shader editor. Okay guys, that's it for tonight. I think I will stream, maybe continue on this or on any 1.6 issue you want on Monday. On Monday, did I put Sunday in the stream? I did put Sunday in the stream. Maybe Sunday, we will see. Thank you all for watching and see you next time. Bye.